Today we're talking to Natasha Dorval, brand manager at Skinfunctional. Skinfunctional is South Africa's science-backed skincare brand founded in 2019 by Shannon Dugal, a cosmetic scientist with 20 years of industry experience. After witnessing brands deceiving customers by secretly cutting active ingredients percentages to save cost, Shannon spent 3 years in R&D to create a radically transparent alternative. The brand exploded with sales tripling in the first few months and now reporting 50% year-on-year growth with expansion into Canada, USA, and Europe. They are stocked in Woolies and Dis-Chem and have won Best Skincare Brand for 2025. Wow, that is an impressive introduction to the brand and to Natasha. Awesome. So, Natasha, nice to have you here in studio today.
Thank you for having me.
I would like to start by asking how long you've been at Skinfunctional for.
So I've been at Skinfunctional for 3.5 years. In the marketing department, it's been a wild ride.
Tell me, from a marketing point of view, it says that you guys have grown 50% year on year. What has that contributed to? Do you think it's largely got to do with the marketing, or what is causing that level of growth?
I think it's a bit of both. I think it is got to do with the marketing as well as what is trending online, social media. You know, we're in the beauty skincare space, and the skincare environment has really taken off, and everybody wants some kind of a serum or a moisturizer or something like that. So I think it's a little bit of both. But yeah, it's an endless beast, if I'm going to be honest. The customers want more, and we're just constantly giving more content, creating more products, creating more marketing around that. So it is an endless beast that you got to feed.
There are so many beauty brands out there, but somehow you guys have stood out almost from day one. And my question to you would be, what is the unique differentiator that's allowing you to grab market share at the rate that you are?
So we don't just sell product. And I think that's something that is one of our unique defining factors. We're more about selling skin confidence. And while everybody's jumping onto the beauty trends, we really are about skin confidence. There's so many people in the country, in South Africa alone, suffer from acne, pigmentation, and to be able to reach those people and provide them with products that actually work, that we've got reproducible results, we've got before and afters, that I think is our defining feature. There's a few. So along with the way in which we package things. So we were the first brand as well to provide customers with a detailed how-to guide. So when they purchase products from us, because it's very, very overwhelming, there's lots of different products. So how to layer it, how to do your skincare routine in the morning, what products should go on next, how to layer your skincare routine in the evening. And that's all in order for a customer to get their maximum benefits and to get those results that, you know, we know our products can give customers.
And do you guys leverage I'm assuming, a lot of content creation in order to get that message across as well?
Yeah. So the brand obviously started end of 2019, 2020, which was, you know, nobody was going to the shops. Everyone was online. There was COVID, so everyone was online on social media. So that really blew up the brand quite a lot. Nobody could go to the salons, nobody could get their facials done, and then there's Skinfunctional that's giving them the solution, right? So definitely social media plays a huge role in that, and content creation around new product launches, showing proof in social media, so like before and afters are really, really big. This year we've had a little bit of a shift in our social media content, and we're showing more about who the brand is behind the scenes. You know, the customers really want to see that as well. So we're showing them a little bit more behind the scenes. Shannon is becoming more and more prevalent on our social media pages where she wasn't before. You know, she's the brains of the operation, but now she's becoming a bit more front and center, which customers and viewers alike love that.
Consumers want founder-led companies because they don't want to just buy a product. They want to understand, who am I buying it from? And what is the main reason they're creating that product?
Exactly.
Simon Sinek said it best, is like, what is the why? And when you start to create behind the scenes content and founder-led content, that why becomes a lot more clear to the consumers. That builds a lot more trust and credibility, you know, and that's what I think I'm hearing you say, is that that kind of content is resonating with the audience a lot more.
100%. Yeah. Everyone is very excited to see Shan on the social media platforms. They want to know more. Having Shannon be on our social media platforms, creating that founder-led content really resonates. It really resonates with customers. They want to buy into why the brand exists, why the brand was created, And Shannon can answer all those questions, and it feels more authentic. I think marketing, customers are so overwhelmed with so many things, especially around this time. It's so overwhelming. And if they have a familiar face that they recognize, it builds that trust, it builds that credibility. They want to know.
While we're on the topic of content, user-generated content is obviously exploding and a lot more people are leveraging it. And for those watching, listening, don't know what it is, it's basically just giving product to people and have them share their most authentic experience with the actual public. And you as a brand can then leverage that as ads in order to reach more people and ideally tell them about the product and the solution that you offer. So my question to you is UGC, user-generated content, something that you guys leverage at all within the business at the moment?
Yeah, it is. I do try to take a 360-degree approach to all of our marketing, and UGC has become part of the pillars that we make use of. It is exhausting creating content, and I don't think viewers who don't create content understand that. So to get content from users, it helps us in creating different types of content that will resonate with different types of people. So it gives us a bit of a variety. It's one thing having Shannon tell you this product is great. It's one thing having me tell you this product is great. But when you see it in maybe it's a different face or a different setting, it just resonates a little bit better with certain people.
And you mentioned that this is one of the pillars, obviously, or the fundamentals of the business from a marketing point of view. What other fundamentals or what other pillars are there at the moment for you?
So we have our paid Meta ads, paid social ads. We've got paid Google ads. We have SEO. SEO is really, really a big one for us. And it always happens in the background, and it's very technical, and you don't really know when you're going to see the results. But SEO, we've got our social media organics content that we create. That's a really big one that's taking a lot of focus of ours at this point. And then we've got emailers, we've got WhatsApps, it's endless. There's so many different touch points, and each customer or each user prefers a particular touch point. When we run competitions, I'll send out a mailer, and then we always have a customer who comes back and says, well, I don't have Facebook or Instagram, so how do I enter? Do you see? So there's certain people don't have social media at all, and then they only see our emailers or they only see the WhatsApp. So you've got to touch every sort of channel there is.
So my question to you then would be, if Shannon had to walk into your office tomorrow and say, cut all the marketing channels except one, which one would you keep and why?
I think paid social. Paid social because there's a bigger reach. It's got our main target audience, our main customer base would be on social. Yeah, and there's so many different ad sets and ad groups that you can create there that it would give us a better return. So definitely paid social.
And when you say social, are you referring to Meta and Instagram, or are you including TikTok in that as well?
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, yeah.
Okay. And out of curiosity, a lot of people have said to me that they're not seeing the same returns on TikTok as they do on Meta and Instagram. And it seems like the Meta environment is a bit more consistent and not as volatile when it comes to seeing returns. Is that true? Have you seen that at all?
Yeah, I do think so. Meta's been in the game for a lot longer than TikTok has. And while TikTok is a huge platform, I don't think users go there to see ads. And I don't think the ads are as engaging for the user. They want to see content. They don't want to see ads. Whereas people are, if you're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram, you kind of expect to see an ad. If you're watching Reels, you'll expect to see a video in the middle of an ad in the middle of your Reels. So I do think that is true.
Yeah, I think the person on TikTok is there completely to escape. It's like, I am tired after a long day. All I want to do is just brain rot on the couch.
Exactly.
And
death scroll.
Exactly. And the last thing you want to do is end up buying something or think about buying something. And obviously there's still a high level of conversions that happen, and a lot of businesses and companies have gotten it profitable. But from what we've seen and what we've tested and the people we speak to in our network, they are saying that Meta and Instagram is definitely a lot more consistent in terms of revenue and profits.
Yeah, and I think that the targeting on Meta is what sets it apart if you compare the two with TikTok. I think Facebook and Meta has got just more powerful targeting and segmenting of audiences that you can do than TikTok. And TikTok is so volatile. It's a beast on its own.
And you mentioned paid social is obviously the most important thing that you would want to keep and focus on. With that said, is there any specific metrics you guys track that you look at to determine if the campaigns are successful or not? Most people measure ROAS, which is just return on ad spend. But is there any other metrics you guys look at in order to decide to keep advertising, keep spending, increase budget, etc.?
So it really depends on what the campaign objective is. So if it's a brand awareness objective, which we do run because obviously we need to get more people into the sales funnel, then I look at impressions and clicks. If it's a sales-based or revenue-based campaign, then obviously ROAS. So it really just depends on the campaign type and really what we're doing. So like for Black Friday, we started running Black Friday signups in September already. So for that, I want to see clicks, I want to see signups, I want to see conversions on that front. I'm not really worried about the revenue from that ad. So yeah, it really just depends.
And a lot of people say that email is about 10 to 20% of their revenue when it comes to their digital strategies, sometimes more. Have you seen something similar?
It's a lot more.
Really?
Yeah, with the right strategy in place, it can really yield a lot of revenue. We have a really advanced and smart CRM system. We've got various segments that we can send targeted mailers to, and our email marketing campaign is quite intense, and we've seen better results over the last, I'd say, 6 months.
What have you changed over the last 6 months that's allowed you to see those results?
So it's more about creating those targeted campaigns for certain segments. So the tool allows us to pull or create segments for specific customers. So acne focused customers. So if customers who have bought these certain products in the last 3 months or 6 months, we can send them a targeted mailer specifically on acne product. And then it's not just a blast. Like typically 10 years ago, it was just everyone in my database is going to get this. And whether it's for you or it's not for you, sorry, you're going to get it. Now, it's a little bit more targeted. It's a little bit more personal. And it just makes sense to the person opening the email. It's not just random information.
I am going to put a hypothetical 50 Rand on the table. And I'm going to say that you use one or two softwares.
Okay.
Don't answer me yet. So I'm going to say it's either Klaviyo or Omnisend. Is one of those two correct?
Yes.
You probably use Klaviyo.
I do.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It's a it's a very, very cool tool. It's really fantastic. It's really improved our emailing campaigns a lot. Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to think that we made that up because of the fact that how would I know that that's obviously what you're using? But every e-commerce business, I mean, we've worked with over 500 now since 2018. And when it comes to emails, there's only two platforms that are exceptionally good at creating automations and triggers and segments and showing you what revenue you're getting back on those, campaigns as well. And it's been Klaviyo or an Omnisend. So we love Omnisend. Training a team on Omnisend is a lot easier than training it on Klaviyo. It could be a bit, agile and complicated sometimes from an interface level. I think they've made massive improvements over the last few years. But most people I chat to, a lot of them do use Klaviyo as well.
Yeah. And their support team at Klaviyo is really good. If you've got any questions, and their integrations as well is really nice. So you can integrate with Shopify, you can integrate with your reviews campaign, your review, like Judge Me, we've got integration. So it's so seamless. Everything just runs, all the triggers run. You create a flow, the flows run. It's really nice.
From an online perspective, most people come to us and go, should I build a website on Shopify, Wix, WooCommerce? There's now Equid that's also improved their game quite a bit. We love Shopify. It's just so easy and simple to use. So my question to you is, from looking at your theme and having seen hundreds of websites in my life, probably thousands, I would guess that you're on Shopify. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
And what made you choose that?
We were on WooCommerce since the beginning. So since the business opened, we were at WooCommerce. And year after year, we just kept getting more issues that kept cropping up. I think WooCommerce requires an in-house developer who knows exactly what they're doing. And my knowledge of code-based work is this big. So it was really hard for us to do big changes. There's pros and cons to both.
I understand.
Right?
Yeah.
But Shopify, the move to Shopify, we should have done
Long ago.
We launched the new website 3 weeks ago, and it's been an absolute dream.
So you've moved to Shopify 3 weeks ago? Oh, wow. Okay.
Just before Black Friday. I know, we're crazy, but we like to live on the edge.
Well, the benefit is that your site won't go down thanks to Shopify during Black Friday.
So that's exactly what happened last year. The website crashed. And again, we're a lean team, so we don't have in-house developers. And we sat not knowing what to do for a couple of hours while the agency that was running the server and stuff of the website helped us and fixed it and got us back up and running. And it was intense.
Yeah. So same thing happened to us back in the day. I was still at a retail company called Chrome Supplements and Accessories. We were still on Magento back then. Well, again, also a great platform. However, you need people who are technically inclined to manage those systems for you. And every Black Friday at some point we crashed. Shopify, since moving to Shopify, and we're not promoted by Shopify. We don't get money from Shopify. This is purely just me promoting a product I really believe in. And all the businesses we either invest in or clients that consult or want us to consult on their businesses, we go, look at Shopify. And the way we explain it is, it's almost like Android and iOS. Like, are you a Samsung person or are you an Apple person? If you're an Apple person, you probably enjoy simplicity. Things are intuitively easy to use, plug and play. Where if you Android, you prefer more customizing things, you prefer more to have it a specific way, you like to have more agility in the specific types of apps that you can download and use. And that's the same with WooCommerce and Shopify. WooCommerce is exactly the same. You have huge range of freedom to do what you want to do, but you need the technical ability to actually execute on it, where with Shopify, everything just becomes plug and play almost. And now, over the recent years, they've actually upped their game quite a bit, where they allow for customization on top of the simplicity they have.
Yeah, and I think WooCommerce has, like you mentioned, endless amounts of functionality that you can use via a plugin. But once that plugin is outdated, or WooCommerce doesn't update, or WordPress doesn't update, and that plugin is no longer compatible, your website just breaks and you have no idea how to fix it. And if you're an Apple user like me, plug and play, got to be easy. There's nothing you can do. I don't know how to comb through lines and lines of databases. I don't know how to code things. It was really, really a nightmare. And I think as well, through our data, through our Google Analytics, we saw a large drop off in our checkout process. So, add to cart, checkout, and then completion. We saw a massive drop. It was almost sitting at like 65% before checkout. And we reviewed the checkout process, and I work on the website every day. So for me, I understand it. But for other consumers out there, it was tricky. It was difficult. And we spent a lot of time trying to optimize that checkout process. And at the end of that whole scenario, we just had made the decision to move over to Shopify. And now it's a one-step checkout. Everything is there. You get to the payment, you get in, you get out, and it's seamless. It's so seamless.
Now, I assume the conversion rate has improved. Do you have any data to maybe indicate where it was and where it is now, thanks to the move?
So it's been too little time.
Sure.
So that's why I haven't gone in to look, because and also now we're at that like awkward Black Friday stage where people are holding out. So really we'll see the data from Black Friday will be quite interesting to look at. I'm quite excited to see that, because we've had a huge uptake in our VIP signups. We've had double what we did last year already, and we're not even close to Black Friday. So it is interesting to see what that data is going to show. But I don't want to look at it now, because it's not going to give me a true reflection. Yeah.
100%. We see that people hold money back 3 weeks before Black Friday.
For sure.
My question to you is, speaking about Black Friday, what did you do last year, Black Friday? And what are you going to do differently this year, or are you going to do the exact same thing? Was last year a massive success? I think that's indirectly what I'm asking. And are you going to do anything differently this year? Yeah,
so Black Friday catches us by surprise every year, even though we plan and we prepared, and you think you're prepared and you think you planned enough and you think you have, it's never enough. So I think, yes, last year was a success. It was last year that the website crashed. And what happened there was a lot of communication that went out, apologizing for the crash, obviously, because you have to say, sorry that the website crashed. We're working on it. Please wait. And that caused more of a frenzy. So that, they say there's no such thing as bad publicity. So that also created more of a frenzy online, and everyone was talking amongst each other. And I could see it on social media, like everyone was talking about it. So this year we're just hoping for a seamless Black Friday where nothing bad happens. Even though the bad resulted in good, I really just want it to be really seamless, because it also does hurt the brand, right? It's really bad on the brand's reputation if your website keeps crashing. It's like, are you guys for real? Like, we're in 2025. Like, how does your website still crash?
Well, in all defense, Takealot goes down almost every year too.
Yeah.
And it could be a publicity, exercise in a beneficial way, because it's like, geez, how popular are they that their site crashed? I suppose it's just perspective.
But I think Takealot, they've got teams of engineers, and they've changed their Black Friday sale from like 8 years ago, even 10 years ago. They used to also do like one. Now it's the whole month. Yes. It's like slower shopping, and I think that's the difference between South African shoppers and Black Friday in like the US. Like, that's a frenzy one day only. Where here we like, it's the whole month is Black Friday. Furniture shops, because obviously how are you going to sell all of your furniture stock in one day, right? So they like do the whole month. It's the whole month is Black Friday. And then you've got time to like think and mull it over and decide. Our South African consumers, as much as we are Americanized, Black Fridays, we shop very, very different.
It's almost like some people who celebrate their birthdays. It's the whole month.
Yeah. It really is, yeah.
This is my birthday month. And the whole month they're just upbeat because it's their birthday.
It's my birthday month.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of like how Black Friday has become in South Africa in a way. And out of interest, are you guys, spreading out your deals throughout the month, or do you do one big Black Friday?
No, so we do spread out. So we're starting this year on the 21st of November, and we're ending on the 1st of December. So this is the longest period we'll be on sale for a Black Friday ever. So, yeah.
And you've moved over to Shopify, you're now prepping for Black Friday. The biggest issue most companies have during this time is downtime, not only on the site, but also payment merchants. And I'm quite curious to know, have you guys looked into that at all? Like, are you prepared for that? And quite frankly, asking is like, what have you done?
So we've got quite a few payment options on the website, including credit options, because South Africans buy on credit. But our main payment option is Stitch, and they're very big on making sure that there's no downtime. It's quite a stable payment merchant. And they also offer Apple Pay and Android Pay, which is really, really nice. About 75% of our customers shop on mobile. And having that feature, it's seamless. Again, I'm here for the simplicity and the seamlessness. So if a customer can spend, and I know when we look at the data, we want to see time spent on website. We look at that and see, okay, like we're trying to estimate how long a person takes to spend and shop on the site. I want that to be really, really small. You need to go in, get what you want, and get out. Yes, our website is a library of content. So we've got lots of different articles to read about sun protection, pigmentation, acne, everything. But in terms of shopping, it needs to be really seamless. Search function needs to be really, really good. If you're looking for something, you've got to find it immediately. You've got to be able to add to cart, look at your cart, add your coupon if there is a coupon, check out seamless. And Stitch has that ability, and they give that to us. So we're really happy with Stitch.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people mention Stitch, and we were at a Stitch event, and it was crazy to see how many people actually attended. And initially, I wasn't sure what the fuss was all about, because it just felt like another payment gateway. And I think to some people, a lot of people out there, probably just is another payment gateway. However, we've added it to two of the businesses that we own, and we've recommended it to a lot of clients. And the uptake has been really incredible. And I'm assuming, if I had to guess, it's due to Apple and Google Pay. I don't know. Like the stats, you can obviously see what percentage of people check out with that. So I'll be quite curious to know what your stats look like. Did you have Stitch on the WooCommerce website before, or is this now new on Shopify?
No, we did have it on the WooCommerce. We implemented it in July. So Skinfunctional doesn't like to go on sale very often. It's a brand that is quite affordable already for your average South African. So we don't like to put the brand on sale too many times in the year. Christmas in July is one of those periods. And we installed Stitch just before the sale went live. And I think it was close to about 70% of our sales went through Stitch Payment Gateway.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never understood why it was, because our founder added it to one of the companies that we own. And we did like 200 grand in the first few days. Like when I say a few days, like first 1 or 2 weeks. And I was like, we've installed numerous payment gateways in the past. Why did this change? And his words to me was just the convenience element of it.
Yeah.
Is that the moment you've got that Apple Capitec Pay, which is also a big one. And it was just incredible to see. The next question I have for you is, in terms of, we was chatting about conversion rates earlier, and this could be applicable to WooCommerce, Shopify, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just curious to know, what strategies, apps, or plugins have you guys leveraged or used in any way, shape, or form on the website that's helped you increase your conversions over the last, 2 or 3 years? Like, is there anything specific that stands out saying, hey, do more of this? If you were giving advice to someone, like, how would you advise them to go about increasing their conversion rates?
So when we were on WooCommerce, we had, as I mentioned, search. We've got a lot of products. So we have about 96 lines. It's a lot for a skincare brand. And we have very technical names for our products, and then we have secondary names. So there's a lot of different ways that a customer can search for a particular product.
Sure. I actually saw that. You've got your kits that are quite simple to understand, but then you've got the very more, almost like pharmaceutical names associated with that as well.
Yes. So because we had noticed that customers were like struggling to search and to find things, so we installed a plugin. That website had so many plugins, called DoFinder. And DoFinder was a really nice system. You could create multiple searches. You could customize your searches. It gave you conversion rates of particular search terms, popular search terms that yielded no results, which was also really nice, because then you can see like, oh, okay, customers are specifically looking for this. So let's go into, product development for this product, because we're seeing it being searched often, so it must be something customers are looking for. So that was a plugin that I would recommend. It really worked well. For Shopify, we don't need it, because the platform is so robust, I think is the right word to use already. So we didn't need to use it. So we don't have it on the new site.
Yeah, the functionality is already there, already built in by default.
Yeah.
Where again on WooCommerce needs that extra customization to get right. It's like WooCommerce gives you the framework, but not the actual bells and whistles.
Yeah.
Where I think Shopify, especially if you pick the right theme, it comes with all the bells and whistles, and it's pretty cool. AI. I mean, it's just such a buzzword right now. Everybody is either wanting to hear less of it or more of it. Where do you stand? Do you want to hear more of it? Do you want to hear less of it? How does it make you feel? And how are you guys leveraging it in the business at the moment, if you are?
So personally, I want to hear more of it. I'm a work smarter, not harder kind of gal. And I think it's there, we need to use it. Part of being in 2025. And then for the brand, we use it in 2 ways, actually. So we have an AI skin analysis tool on our website. So you can go onto the website, click on it, and it scans your face. And it obviously uses AI to scan your face, pick up any blemishes, dark circles, acne, fine lines. It picks up all of it. And then it will recommend products based off of the results, which is a very, very cool function. And the search term, this is organic. So our organic search term for skin analysis tool, Skinfunctional, comes up first for that.
Oh, wow.
That just shows how many people are searching and clicking through to that actual function on our website. So that's really nice. That's the one AI tool that we use. The second tool is our skin analysis machine, which we have in our head office in Johannesburg. So you can come in, do a skin analysis machine, and it uses the same technology, right? It's still an AI. So it scans your face, it's still an AI tool, it's still an app, and it will still recommend products based off of your results. Our skin analysis machine reads 17 skin parameters, which is a lot. 17 skin parameters and a whole bunch of other key features that it shows you. You get a full report, you get like a UV overlay. It's a really fantastic analysis machine.
And from a marketing point of view, do you guys leverage AI at all?
No, not really.
Keeping it real? Okay.
When it's time to create content for social media, it needs to feel authentic.
100%.
Right? And I think AI it takes away that authenticity. So
I had this conversation with someone yesterday, and those were my exact words. I said, I think everybody is leveraging AI because it's so easy to use. I feel the consumers are going to get tired of it. And they're going to start to realize that message and that story and that emotion that you're trying to create is artificial. And the moment that moment happens. Because now it's not really, there's like, oh, cool, this was done. Coca-Cola made a whole ad with AI. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But I think a few years from now, I'll be interested. I mean, I'm not Nostradamus. I can't predict the future. But if I know anything about human beings, is that we crave authenticity. Even though we pretend to have everything figured out, we don't always act in the level of authenticity that we should, but we crave it, whether we want to admit it or not. And I think from a marketing point of view, that's just so powerful, and AI is not going to be able to replicate that, at least from the lens that I'm looking through and the data that I'm looking at right now. I'm sure there is a possibility that it might change, but I think any business out there that is focusing on marketing should put authenticity in front of AI.
Agreed. I think authenticity allows people to create connections, and connections is what creates things like family, friends, support. That's what people want. As humans, that's what we crave. We need family, we need friends, we need support. And so it's like it's a little bit of a waterfall effect. And if you take away that authenticity, there is no waterfall left. And you really need to have that. Authenticity creates that connection. And if you don't have customers or consumers connecting to your brand, you don't really have a brand.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been great.
Thanks for coming through. Thanks for chatting about Skinfunctional and obviously everything related to marketing and growth. I appreciate it, and hope to have you back soon sometime if you'd be open to having us.
Amazing. Maybe I can bring Shannon next time.
Please bring Shannon. I would love to hear her story.
Yeah.
It sounds very inspirational.
Cool.
Much love to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.